Supervort, and this is Kitchen Table Productions, a show about living well with low carb. Now there are a lot of comfort foods we low carbers have to give up, but I know of one that we can keep if we make it ourselves with some minor adjustments. It's macaroni and cheese. Now I'm going to show you my secrets for making a low carb mac and cheese, and you can judge for yourself whether or not it isn't better than anything you get from a box. Now it's going to be a baked mac and cheese, so our first step is to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, now obviously my first substitution is going to be using a low-carb pasta rather than a full-carb. I'm using Dreamfield. It's only 5 carbs. I get this at my local grocery store. If you don't have a good low-carb pasta at your local grocery store, I know these can be found online. I've seen them at Amazon before. Now, one word of warning, when using low-carb pastas, always cook them according to the package instructions. If you overcook a low-carb pasta, it's going to have just as many carbs as a regular pasta. I'm actually going to undercook these by a minute because my final cooking is going to be happening in the oven. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to prepare my cheese sauce. Now, for my second substitution, I don't want to use a roux to thicken the sauce if I don't have to, and for this I don't. Instead, I'm going to use eggs to thicken my cheese sauce. Now, I have here a cup of milk and a cup of heavy cream that I've brought up to about 160 degrees. I'll put that to the side. And over here in this bowl, I have 3 eggs that I've just basically lightly beaten just to get it all moving. I'm going to pour a little bit of my milk mixture into my eggs. That'll help bring it up to the right temperature. There we are. Give some quick beating. Now I'm going to pour the eggs back into the milk mixture. There we are. Now I have here behind me about 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I'm going to put in about 1.5 of this, cups of this. Just kind of slowly. I don't want to cool the cheese sauce down too much. There we are. Now I want to keep this moving. I don't want those eggs to cook into solid mass yet. Not yet. There we go. A little bit more cheese. And I want to keep stirring this until all that cheese melts. It won't take too long. There, that's looking pretty good. All the cheese is nice and melted in. Now I'm just going to season this with a teaspoon of salt. And about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Oh, beautiful. Now we'll just put this to the side and wait for our noodles to be done. Off the heat. Okay, here's my pasta. It's all drained and ready to go. Now is a good time to add any optional add-ins. The one I'm using today is I've taken some kielbasa and I've cut it into 1/4 round cubes and browned it real fast in a skillet. I'm just going to pour those on in. Mix this up. There we are. Here's my baking dish. I'm just going to spray this really quickly with some no-stick spray. Pasta goes in. Beautiful. Gotta get all that pasta-y goodness. There we are. Get nice and spread out. Pasta's gone in, and the cheese sauce goes on. See how the cheesy goodness is getting down into all those tubes and cracks? Yum. Mmm. Now I'm just going to take my reigning 1/2 cup of cheddar and I'm going to sprinkle it around on top. You can use more if you want. Cheddar cheese has almost no carbs. And if you can afford the carbs, I would recommend sprinkling on about a tablespoon of fried onions as well. I've kind of smashed these up. That's so good. Now I'm going to bake this in our 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes. Alright, that's looking great. I still need some time to rest, so I'm going to let it sit here on my counter for 15 minutes before serving. And there we go. Now this pan is approximately 54 carbs for the whole thing. That's about 9 carbs for 1/6 or 7 carbs for 1/8. So see, it just scoops nicely up. Ah, that just looks fabulous. Time for me to have my lunch. Well, that's our mac and cheese. Now you can change it up by using different cheeses, herbs, or add-ins. Broccoli works great with cheddar. Mozzarella, Parmesan, and pepperoni come to mind. Why not try garlic or dill? You could even throw in a little wine for that extra special something. The combinations are limited only by your imagination. For this recipe and many more, please visit our website, kitchentableproductions.net. I'm Jessica Bavort, and this has been Kitchen Table Productions.